Hey, YouTube friends. Well, I'm still in Mississippi, and this will probably be the shortest and junkiest little video that you'll see from me in a long time. As you see, I'm sitting in the nursery. See the little baby lotion, all the little baby clothes. Aren't they cute? Lots of little baby stuff. There's even some diapers over there in the corner and some wipes. The baby has come back home, which is wonderful news. She's doing okay, which is wonderful news. I was all set to go home, and then two things happened. The first thing that happened was some horrible weather. The weather in Mississippi right now, I think, was a -1 last night for the low. We have lots of ice and snow all over everywhere, and for some of you who live in cold climates, it's like nothing. Just get in your four-wheel drive, put your chains on. The roads are treated. Go anywhere. Well, we don't have treated roads here. We don't have chains, four-wheel drive, or any of that kind of stuff. So you take your life in your hands if you go outside, which I have been willing to do at times, but not this time because yesterday I was carrying my little grandson who's 19 months old, and I was carrying him across the room. And there's always stuff on the floor when you have a little child playing, and I thought I was being careful, but my right foot accidentally stepped on the corner of a plastic tub lid, rectangular plastic lid, and they have hardwood floors, and that lid just skidded right out from underneath me, and so my right leg went with it. I dropped myself onto the floor and twisted my right knee really badly. Don't know exactly what I've done to it. And I also did manage to land my grandson on the floor without hitting his head or injuring him. I think I kind of saved him but sacrificed my knee. Um, so since then, I've really been kind of laid up. My knee is not swollen, but it's very painful, and I can really hardly walk on it, much less drive 2 days back home. It's so sad. I just, and even if I could, the weather and the roads are horrible, so my husband really doesn't want me to drive. So here I am. What fun thing can I show you today? The only fun thing that's within my reach where I don't have to actually get up because, oh my goodness, just turning the chair around. This is a really nice chair, by the way. This is one of those swivel reclining things that turns almost into a twin bed. But I wanted to share with you some things that are hanging behind me. About a year or so ago, I went through a lot of my old stuff that I had saved from when the children were little. I saved their clothes and stuff for all four of them. And then when they started having babies, I started giving these things to them. I'm sorry, I'm rocking in my chair. Um, and so I gave Anna her clothes, and a lot of these that are hanging right here um, are her clothes from when she was a baby. So I wanted to show you. Let's start with this one. This was a Halloween costume. It's a little dress, and I know Philip had a little shirt, collared shirt. This is cotton. It's got a little zipper in the back. This was made by my children's great grandmother, who was very devoted to them and came to our house nearly every day and spent so much time with them. And she made this for so they would have a Halloween outfit. Anyway, if you look at it, it's got a seam across the top of the bodice, and it's got seams running down here. Anna was so funny. She hadn't washed it because she was assuming that it was delicate. And I was like, no, Anna, this is a sturdily handmade 100% cotton dress. You can wash that all you want. Yeah, it's really a beautiful pattern. You can't really see it in all that design. Um, I kept this. I love the color of this. It's corduroy. Who makes this? Hearts and Flowers. I don't know who that was. I'm sure I got it secondhand. I didn't buy it new. But I remember Anna wearing this when we would play outside in the spring. She was about a year old, and in the flowers and in the front yard. And it's just adorable. It's a little pair of overalls in lavender corduroy. Isn't that adorable? This is an interesting tale. Okay, so this was a collar that I had, I think for me. we girls used to wear these back then. We'd wear these high neck things and put little lace collars on our necks. I think it was a ridiculous look. It didn't look good on me back then. It really wouldn't now. But I had this lace collar that I never wore. And this fabric was the fabric that I picked out to make um, a blanket, a baby quilt, and bumper pads, and a crib skirt for Philip, our oldest child, who's now 30, for his crib. And also, of course, the other children used it too. I chose green because back then you didn't really have an ultrasound unless you had some kind of medical condition, so you didn't know what gender your baby was. So everybody did things in green and yellow when the babies were going to be born. And so this was that fabric, and I had a little bit left over, so I ended up making Anna a dress. It has a little green ribbon that's supposed to pass through the lace at the top, if you see that, but it's come out. But anyway, and that fabric looks as pretty as the day I bought it. Back then I was quite a seamstress. And I apologize, I'm holding my camera. You know why? Because I went to get my camera stand, and somewhere, I don't know where, in the last couple of weeks or so, I've lost the little clamp on the top of my camera stand, so I can't clamp my camera. I tell you, it's one of those times of life where everything seems to go wrong, and you just sit in your chair and want to cry and wonder why right now it's this way. All right, this was now that same great grandmother loved to buy stuff. She believed in the value of the credit card. Oh my goodness, my grandmother was the same way. But this was Adam's grandmother, and she bought this adorable little outfit for Anna, and it I should share a photograph of her in it. Um, and it has, I don't know if you can see that. I wish I had my camera stand. It has a matching pair of bloomers that stick out underneath, and it has beautiful little blue roses. It was just, she had good taste in clothes. She would even take the children to a real, oh, hang on just a second. That was my son in law offering me some coffee. So, anyway, just go. Oh, I was saying that Granny used to take the children to a shoe store um, in a nearby town to buy them real brand new shoes that they would grow out of in 3 months. I didn't understand that a bit, but anyway. Um, and this dress I kept the really special ones. This was a Christmas dress. I guess Anna would have been about 9 months old. It was kind of big on her, but it was a long dress. She was the teeniest little baby. But this was one that we had a photograph taken of her at Olin Mills. It was a real professional photograph, and she was crying, but because she didn't want to have her picture taken, and she was upset, so she was crying. But it made her eyes look all glistening, and she kind of smiled, and so it makes it look like she's really happy. But I know when I look at that photograph that she was actually very upset. All right, I don't think there's anything else over here. See if I can twist my leg around. I have to move very slowly. My husband tells me every time it winces, I'm probably tearing new parts of the tendon. I hope he's wrong about that. This is not the boot from when she was a little girl, but I think these are so cute. Look at that boot. Is there anything cuter than little girl shoes? Oh my goodness, especially boots. So I'm not even a boot person, but I think that's cute. All right. Well, um, that may be all I have for today. Ooh, yes, I'm turning, and so I'm wincing a little bit. Once I get up on it and I warm it up really well, my knee that is, um, I can kind of gingerly start to put weight on it and see, and you just have to be really, really careful. And then I can actually walk and take little baby steps as long as I don't lift it off the floor. I kind of have to slide it. So if there's any professional people out there that want to give me any off the record advice on what to do with this hurt knee, I'm not putting ice on it because there's zero swelling and there's no bruising. Um, but I was putting a heating pad on it, but then I read that a heating pad makes the joint looser, and I thought, this joint is already loose. It's too loose. That's what's wrong with it, is that the ligaments have been stretched, and I can feel that it's structurally not quite sound. So if there's any structural engineers out there for the knee, Tell me what you think, because I can't, in this ice and snow, I can't get anywhere to get anybody to look at it, and don't know that I would do that out of state because of insurance purposes. And life is just a mess right now. So that's me. I hope you're doing better than I am. Maybe the next time you see me, I'll be back home at my spinning wheel or something pleasant like that. See you later.